So I was appointed to represent James by the juvenile court in Davidson County just a few years out of law school. He was 10 years old, and he had severe mental health issues. He was in foster care. At 18 months old, he was found with his mother's dead body. He had been with the body for 3 days. She was a prostitute and a drug addict. He was sent to live with his father, who had a serious crack addiction. He was developmentally delayed and severely traumatized. He was found in garbage cans around North Nashville year after year, trying to find food. Then he was sent to live with his aunt, who didn't love him and whose teenage children sexually abused him. The aunt physically abused him, so when I met him, his back was covered in scabbed belt marks. James was adorable and loving and kind and tender, and like most every 10-year-old boy, full of energy and mischief and laughter. The state was about to give him back to his aunt, who had beat him, and who said to me, "He's the devil." "Why?" I said. "He steals things." "What?" I said. One night I caught him red-handed in my bread box. That's our bread. In getting to know him, I learned he had an extraordinary special education teacher. I called her, and she agreed to be his foster mom. She and I spent the next decade fighting to get James the mental health services his future depended upon. We weren't effective always, but part of every Sunday for the next 10 years I spent with James playing basketball. Well, actually, that would be strong, getting beat at basketball. Eating ice cream. He taught me how to moonwalk. Okay, well, he tried to teach me how to moonwalk. He and my husband would lock arms and skip around our neighborhood singing the Wizard of Oz songs. Because the mental health system is broken in our state, he didn't get the intensive counseling that he needed. No matter what we did, we had conversations with the head of the Department of Children's Services. We talked to the head of TennCare. We had a federal court order. We wrote, give or take, 2 million letters and had approximately 4 million meetings. As predicted, because he could not get the counseling for being sexually abused, he sexually acted out with another young child. Because he was 12 months older than the child, he was charged with rape of a child at the age of 14. Then when he became psychotic due to his post-traumatic stress disorder, no hospital would take him because he had a felony on his record. He was basically warehoused for many years to keep him and others safe. I visited him in the institutions on those Sundays, and he was the same lovable boy, thrilled to get an Easter basket and to show me his art, occasionally showing me, long since having given up teaching me, new dance moves. He was severely damaged by the poverty and trauma of his early life, which made him scary to people, both on paper and in person. Yet he was a blessing from God, whose goodness and positive energy and mercy changed me. He forgave his father and his aunt. He's devoted to them. His story isn't over, but I recently saw him. He's homeless, he's uninsured, he has no support system that can support him. And I felt like we as a community had failed him. And he just looked at me and said, "I'm so grateful for all the blessings in my life." To know and be changed by James's grace. So many others missed out on this gift from God. Getting to know the real stories of my clients makes it more difficult for me to be judgmental to strangers because I think of how other folks who don't know any better might perceive James.